Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are listening. You're listening in from. It's good to have you here, and I'm glad to be here as well. So, my name is Praise Ali Johnson. I'm the regional head for SendPulse Africa, and today we are going to be having a great time. We are going to be talking about how to improve how to personalize your customer experience with birthday automations. Now, I have this goal to make sure that I keep this webinar within 45 to 50 minutes so that you can get the best value from the webinar in the time frame possible, the shortest time frame possible. All right. So let's get into it. I'm sure you have seen emails like this, right? You must have received emails from your bank, from your financial institutions, or from any company. You've received emails like this, wishing you a wonderful birthday. I'm sure you've also received emails like these as well, or emails like this. And you're asking yourself, how can I get this from my organization? How can I make sure that my own organization or my company can be able to send out birthday emails? Right? How do I know when it's a customer's birthday? How do I know when to send them these birthday messages? And how do I get that to work? So that's what we're going to talk about today. This is our goal for today, to learn about how to send birthday emails. All right. So let's get into it. But first, introduction. So SendPulse is an all-in-one marketing platform that provides you with all the marketing tools you need to grow your business. All right. And we are proud to be of service to more than 2 million mid-sized, large-scale small businesses all over the world. So some of the tools that SendPlus offers, we call them the growth tools. All right, they include email marketing services, they include free CRM service, and transactional emails, chatbot for your business. So you can use the SendPlus platform to implement chatbot for your WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, any platform that you think your organization spends time talking to your customers, you can implement chatbot for them on those platforms. We also have web push notifications, bulk SMS, and many more. So just head on to sendpulse.com, right? And you can learn more about all our services there. Now, it's important to note that it is free to get started. All right. You do not need to pay to get started. You do not need to enter your um, you do not need to enter your credit card information. You don't need all that. All you need to do is just create an account and get started. All right. So you can explore the WhatsApp service, you can explore the email marketing service, the web push notification service, and many more services, including the website builder, landing pages, learning management systems, and many more. All right. So let's get into um, a few information that basically give us a perspective of what we are doing today. All right. So we are talking about two things. First, we're talking about email marketing and how you can use email marketing to send automated birthday messages to your audience. All right. So for those who don't know what email marketing is basically marketing via emails. All right. It is said that more than 4.3 billion users worldwide use emails, right? Out of the 7 point something billion people, about 4.3 billion of them use emails. And this is just a data that I don't think this data is updated, but this is a data from about 2 years ago. So it doesn't matter how small or big your business is, you have this reach, right? No one platform has all these customers on a single place. So you have this reach to be able to engage with your customers on their email 247, 365 days a year. All right. And you have the advantage of a reduced time, effort, and a higher return on investment. So you're asking yourself, higher return on investment, what is the number? It's expected that there's a study according to Data and Marketing Associations. All right, this report came out in 2019, and so it's discovered that for every $1 you spend, all right, on email marketing, you are expected an average return of $42. That's about 4,200% return on investment. Now, this is a data from accumulated marketing, a pool of marketing data. I've personally experienced these results, even more than 42%, 42,000% return on investment. Now, this is basically the fact that email marketing works in collaboration with multiple marketing strategies, right? So, email marketing is part of the tool in your in your marketing strategy. It's not the silver bullet, all right? So, don't get me wrong. It's not the silver bullet, but it's one of those tools. There's one of those tools in your marketing strategy, right? So, you could use, social media marketing, you could use billboard, whatever marketing you want to do. The whole goal is that you make sure that you capture the email address of your audience. If you don't have the email address of your audience, you've basically thrown money away. All right. So it's important that whatever marketing tactics or marketing strategy you have, you need to implement email marketing in that strategy. Right. The advantage to your organization is that you are able to capture email addresses, and at no cost or at a very minimum cost, you're able to remarket to those same audience over and over and over again. So that's how the 42,000% return on investment come to be. So now let's get into what we came here to discuss: birthday. So we all love birthdays, and it's maybe because we all have birthdays. There is no one on earth that doesn't have a birthday, except the person is an alien, and even aliens have birthdays. So yes, let's talk about birthdays. So for your organization, did you know that that 70% more customers are more likely to do business with you simply because you remember their birthday? And you ask yourself, wow, uh, why is that? Well, have you ever wondered why banks always send you birthday messages? Have you ever wondered why some organizations are very keen on making sure that on that your special day, right, you receive a message, you receive a happy birthday message on that your special day? All right. So we'll talk a little bit more about how to milk that opportunity, and how to make sure that your organization gets results from that. But first, let's talk about the birthday emails in the sense of it. So birthday emails automation is a great way to show your customers that you care about them. It's like basically an emphatic way of doing that. All right. Now, many people know that these birthday messages are automated, but they just feel a kind of way. The first time I received a birthday message from my bank many years ago, I felt so excited. I felt, wow, like they thought about this. They thought about sending me this beautiful message. So that is a very important point. So let's talk about, before we go into the details on implementing this strategy for birthday automation, let's talk about some of the ways you can milk this opportunity. Let's take a look at Currywise email. Now, Currywise sends you a birthday message. Now, if you don't know Currywise, they're a fintech platform that offers investment and savings. So, when they send you a birthday message, they always include a see the surprise button. Now, this surprise button could be, I've never clicked on it. I don't know why. But this surprise button basically could include a discount and include access to something. So this is an example of a way for you to milk the opportunity. So you need to have like an offering that you will give to birthday people, and then whenever it's their birthday, they get to access that offering. So let's get into how this can be implemented. So the first question on this is, how can I collect birthday data? How can I collect birthday data? So data collection strategy. How do you get your customers to divulge their birthday information and their actual birthday information to you? So we'll talk about a few ways. The first thing is to use your existing data. Now, if your organization already have customers' email, customers' phone number, and customers' name, that is like the basic information you need to have about your customer: their name and their phone number and their email address. All right. If your organization already have that data on file, you can decide to send an email to all of them, offering them something in exchange for their birthday data. So you could say, we want to celebrate you on your birthday. And to do this, we are offering a special gift. To get this offering, click this button to fill out your birthday information. All right. So now you already have your email address, you have the phone number, you have your name. All you need now is your birthday. So with that kind of email campaign, you are able to get customers to fill out the information and give you their birthday. You can decide to also post on your social media and say, hey, we are doing giveaways on birthdays. All right. And if you're born in July, if you're born in August, come and fill out this form and collect a gift. You would, I'm telling you for a fact, people will fill out the form. So this is if you do not have an existing data, birthday data of your customer base. So I've talked about two ways now. You have to use your existing data and then use emails to collect that exist to get it, to collect that to reach out to your audience to collect their birthday data. Now, on your website, if you have an e-commerce store, you have a website, you can use pop-up forms, right, to collect birthday data. You can use landing pages to collect birthday data. Someone's asking me, oh, I have an Instagram page, I don't have a website. How can I collect birthday data on my IG? Just use the landing page, just like those link trees. And when people come to your to the link in your bio, they can see, tell us your birthday, get a free gift. And basically as simple as that. And people click on it and they get to give you their birthday information in exchange for a free gift. Okay. Now, how do you get customers to give you their birthday data? Now we've talked about ways to reach your customers: existing data via emails, via pop-up forms, and landing pages. Now, to get them to now divert that information, it's one thing to meet someone and say, "What is your birthday? Why are you asking me what's my birthday? What do you want to use? What do you want to do with that information?" The next step is to ask them, to tell them, "Oh, there is an offer." So two options I've seen that works is offer backed request. That means you have an offering. Oh, there is a gift for you. Let us know your birthday, and there is a gift for you. Option two is an empathy backed request. You don't have a gift, but you can say, hey, we like to celebrate our customers on their birthdays. Tell us your birthday. You don't need to even offer any gift. You don't need to even say there's a gift inside. Just go ahead and say, hey, we want to celebrate you on your birthday. All right. Tell us your birthday. Fill out the form. And that's enough for people to fill out the form. So here is an example of a pop-up form that you can implement on your website. You can implement on your landing page. Basically, when a customer comes to your website, it tells them, "Is today your birthday? Happy birthday!" All right, a surprise gift with your order. So if you have an e-commerce store and you've not thought about implementing this strategy, it's great way to it's a great way to get your customers engaged using their birthday. All right, there is this song that's popular and I kind of like that says, I don't know how the artist did it, but there is a song for each month. So if you are born in July, stand up, stand up. And I first thought that the song only existed for a particular month. But every time I go to my WhatsApp status, someone is posting, oh, I'm born in June, and the song comes up again and say, if you're born in June, stand up. So yeah, you can do that as well. You can send emails to your customers with that song every month and get them to onboard on the birthday campaign. So now we've talked about how to get data. Let's move on to the next section and talk about how to write a birthday email. Now you might be asking, well, a birthday email is no biggie. It's just an email for happy birthday. No, there are basically a few things you need to take note while you're writing a birthday email. Don't forget that a birthday email is still an email. All right, there's no difference. It's still an email, right? So you need to adhere to some of these important things. Number one, personalization. You need to personalize the message. You cannot say, hello, happy birthday. Hello, who? Right? You've basically lost the effects of your campaign without personalization. Right? So it has, apart from the fact that people really care about their name, and they like the fact that when you reach out to them, right, you call them by their name. That is a very important thing to them. So people are most likely to reply and open emails that mention their name. So your email will skip the promotion tab and is most likely to always appear in the inbox. Personalized emails always outperform more than 40 times higher open rate. Okay, so now it's a birthday and then a personalized birthday. So it's not a to whom it may concern happy birthday. It is happy birthday praise, happy birthday John. You understand? That is the difference in that relationship. And that is enough to get customers from that point where they're like, who is this person? To like, they know my name and they remember my birthday. That's a lot. All right. These are little things that can take your business further. All right. So personalization doesn't include their name. You don't need to know their father's name, their village. No, just their name. Ensure that you have brand optimization. Don't forget, on the internet, everyone is trying to be like you. The moment your brand starts to succeed, everyone wants to be like you. So, uh, and in two ways, people want to be like you by copying your success, and then people want to be like you by just copying you exactly. All right. So that's our phishing emails. Basically, people would like to impersonate you and try to get to your customers. So ensuring brand optimization simply means that customers know it is from you and it is you alone. Right. So you need to include a very strong brand image. So you need to have a logo, all right, that will increase your brand recognition and give your email more chances to be opened. Right? You need to make sure that your email template design is consistent for all email campaigns. All right. So you need to stick to colors, you need to stick to layout, and you need to stick to customized email footer. Let's quickly take a look at Currywise, for example. We all know Currywise is blue and white, and you can see the consistency. The logo is there, the color of the brand is there, and then everywhere the color of the brand is there. Let's look at Access Bank, for example. Access Bank is blue and yellow. All right, you can see the consistency of the brand. Everywhere you go in Access Bank, you can see this Access Bank slash, this line right here. You can see it's Access Bank, all right? You can see the orange color, you can see the orange and blue color all over the place. And there is Abeg. Sorry, this is Pocket app. So you can see consistency. It could just be as simple as logo and color. And then it goes further to include that your email address also is important. Now, you need to also write to a human. All right, don't get don't get a head of finance to write a birthday message. Those people are made of numbers. Get someone from HR or get someone from communication. If you do not have an head of comms in your organization, you as the marketing head, write it. Anyone can write a birthday message. Just think about your customers like someone you care about, and write like a human, that you're writing to a human. All right. Make sure it comes from a person and it looks good. You are writing to people on their birthday. Remember that. So, how do you make sure it comes from a person? You do not want to write the email from no reply at yourcompany.name.com. No, 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 no. I already know that that's an automated message. Some banks are already doing this thing called personal. The name flew from my head. Basically, they are creating a fictional person. An example is UBA Bank. They have Leo from UBA Bank. No one knows who Leo is. Leo is a character that the bank has created to interact with customers. So it doesn't have to be from a person in the sense of it, but it needs to come, the email needs to be delivered like it's coming from a person, right? And I would advise, as much as you can, let it come from a person. If you are head of marketing in the organization, be the one to send the email, right? If your name is John, just say John from companyname.com, wishing you happy birthday. Let it come from a person, all right? Do the most. Take a step further and do what other organizations are not doing. And then last but not the least, use your company email. All right. Never use the email free email provider. It doesn't matter the size of your organization. If you are a very small one-man business or a large organization, do not send emails using a Gmail account. Do not send emails using a Gmail or Yahoo Mail or stuff like that. Purchase a corporate domain. So here are two examples. Here you see name@gmail.com. Do not send emails with this email address. Instead, send this name with your own company address. Here will be your name, and then here will be the company's domain name. So the company's domain name is basically the company's internet identity, the company's identity on the internet. So domain name. So if it is GT Bank, for example, it's gtbank.com. If it's Access Bank, it's accessbankplc.com, right? So you need to get a domain name. So let's move on. Then the last step in this process is to automate it. Now you collected data, right, in the best possible way. You've created the email. Now you want to automate it. Every year, this automation will run for every customer. So you do not need to even go back to it. So just once you do it, in fact, it's a one-time job. Once you do it once, your customer will consistently receive emails from you for life, as long as it's set and you've just left it. So that's the advantage of automation. All right, so let's do some practicals. All right, let's quickly go ahead to the SendPulse account and see how it works, how you can create an email. Actually, you can actually send an email automation. So because of time, I've gone ahead to design an email template. All right, and what I've done here is that I have a company logo. I have a birthday graphics here. So you need to get a graphics person to do a beautiful birthday graphics. So I have a birthday graphics here. As you can see, the consistency in the branding. The company logo is gray. I added some touch of gray on the email template, all right? Even on the graphics of this section right here is an image. I added a touch of gray. Then I then created the email, the body, right? So I wrote the body. But before the body, I have the header, which is the happy birthday, enter name here. I will show you what you can do to personalize it. Then change this enter name here to the customer's name. Then right here, I have the message, the birthday message. Now, this is just a generic text for the purpose of this, but you need to write your own birthday message, obviously. And then I have a button that says get your birthday gift. So this button could be access to a 5% discount on your website, or access to a special thing that you already offer on your website that you're just giving to them on their birthday. Let us say, for example, you do a Black Friday 20%, 10%, or 5% discount. You can make that discount available to birthdays throughout the year. So if it's not your birthday, you can access that discount, right? So you can do that. You can use a discount, you can use a special offering, you can use a special access. It doesn't matter what it is, but think about your organization and look in what can I give customers that will not affect my organization and that will make them feel special. So you can have that. If you don't want to give anything, it's fine. A birthday message is well enough. So many people are not receiving a happy birthday on their birthdays because, well, so it's well enough to know that you remember them as a brand. All right. So this button does that. Then I have with love from company name, and then we have social media links and all that. So let's go ahead and quickly create the automation. So you come to the SendPause account, you click on automation. Now, a lot has happened before we got to this stage. The account has been properly set up. I have added a corporate domain. So I'm not sending a Gmail, I'm using a corporate domain. I've done all that. So learn more about that. Just check any of our videos or sign up on SendPause, sendpause.com, and you will receive daily emails for the next 7 days or so of how to properly set up your SendPause account. And if you set up your SendPause account or you sign up to them, you need help, you always get, someone will always reach out to you to provide the assistance you need. All right. So let's go ahead and create an automation. So I click on automation up here and I click on create automation. So I have two options. I can use the templates or I can use a constructor. Now, templates are basically predefined automation templates that SendPulse has already created for you. You can check that out at your time. But let's go ahead and create an automation using the constructor because we want to create automation by ourselves. We do not want the free templates. Now, the advantage of the free template is that you can actually just go ahead and create, automations without having to worry about what type of automation. For example, you want to create an automation for abandoned carts, you want to create an automation for payment reminder. You don't have to start to design it yourself. Just use the template. So we call this birthday message. Yeah, so before we do this, we need to take a step back. So we have two things now. We have the email templates. We need to create a mailing list. Now, a mailing list is basically a database of your customers. So if you already have an existing organization data and you already have the birthdays of that data in an Excel sheet, you can import that here. All right. So let's go ahead and create a template. Just click on mailing list right here and click on create a mailing list. And I'll call this birthdays. I click on create, it's creating the template. So the first thing I want to do is I want to just add a generic information so I get access to, let me enter my name, so I can get access to editing the mailing list, all right? Okay, so here we are. I have my information right here. I click here to create a variable, okay? So this variable, I'll call it date of birth. So that's date of birth, DOB, and I'll click on the enter variable type, and I'll click on date because it's a date. Birthday is always a date, right? So I click on dates. So dates like 01/01/2019 are processed as that is month first, day, then year format. So if you have this data in an Excel sheet, you need to make sure that the data is formatted like this: month, day, and year. All right, month, day, and year. So if you don't have that, you need to basically organize your data to make sure you have that. So just go ahead and add. All right, so now you can now import the data. All right, so if you just click on add contact, you can now come to upload file and then choose a file and then upload your mailing list. So that should include basic information you need to have for this thing to work. You need to have their name, very important. You need to have their email address and their date of birth. Those three important informations are required to send birthday automation. Now that we have that, let's refresh this page. And we're refreshing so that we can have access to that email list we just created. So let's go ahead and call this automation birthday. All right, so I just call it birthday new flow 20 on the 27th. Now, this is two different email addresses. So I created this account with my Gmail account, but then I added a domain-based email address. So that's important, right? Always make sure you add a domain-based email address. To learn how to do that, just check out videos on the account on YouTube. Right. So I go ahead and apply. Once you apply, you have this flow start option that tells you, how do I start this flow? So this flow start option, we want to start it with special date. So we have a few options. So we have add subscriber, meaning that this flow will start when a new subscriber is added to the mailing list. We had contact webhook. This is for e-commerce stores or for website or for integrations, external integrations. We have change variable, meaning that whenever a variable changes. Then you have other options here. You have the CRM, we have the edu, we have the your own personal event, you have the edu, we have CRM. But we need just the email. So under email, we click on special date because a birthday is a special date. So you can do this for birthdays, you can do this for anniversaries, you can do this for service renewals and stuff like that. So special dates. Now you have to select the mailing list that is associated with for that birthday emails. So we click here and then we look at birthdays. Don't forget that we created an email mailing list called birthdays. So we click on birthdays. Now we have to select the variable for the birthday. So we have this date of birth that we created in the mailing list. So date of birth. So flow starts yearly on month and day, meaning that run this automation every year on the specific month and day. That is why this data is very important. So let's add a date of birth. You can see that here. We can go ahead and add, let's add 2020 July 10 and enter. So here on the 10th of July 2020. So it will send the campaign to send the automation on the 10th of July 2020. All right. And we can go ahead and click on apply. So don't forget, we click flow start yearly and we can go ahead and click on apply. All right, now that we've created a flow start, we need to now send the email. To do that, we click on email option element right here, click it, drag it, and drop it. And then we come to send it after 30 minutes. So basically the email will be sent by 9 a.m. anytime. So you can check your account settings to set that. The email subject will now be, and just say, yay, Y-A-Y, happy birthday. I want to call your name now. I want to personalize the subject. I can choose not to, but I want to personalize the subject. So I click on this curly braces option right here, and I can see email, phone, date of birth, name. Now this is the data available here. Email, phone, date of birth, name. All right. So I click on name. Sorry, I clicked on email. So happy birthday. I put a cursor at the end here and I click on name. Okay, now let's go ahead and select a template. Now I always like to create a template before so that it's very easy for me. If you've not created a template before, you can click this drop down option right here and you can actually do it manually, but that's a lot of work. So instead, create a template, get your editor, your designer to finish creating a template, and then you have access to that template. Just click on select template option right here, and here is our birthday message. So instead of selecting, I will want to edit it because I want to personalize it. So I click on edit. All right, and I can get to personalize it. So, well, happy birthday. I want to enter their name in this enter name here option. So I would just click in there and I will clean out that. So with my cursor there, I click on the variable option right here and I scroll all the way to the bottom to see date of birth and name. So I just need your name. So I click on name. So now we have happy birthday name. So if the name is John, happy birthday John. If it's Praise, happy birthday Praise. If it's their full name, you want to call them by their mother's name, whatever option you have, just add it to your mailing list and you can have access to that data. So now we've done that. Let's click on save and continue. All right, save and continue. Great. So now we have our template set. We can now go ahead and apply it. And there you go. This is all you need to do. Just one thing, create this automation, and you are good to go. Every year now, from today, every year, whenever it's a customer's birthday, they will receive this email. Now, you can take it a little further if you're an overkill. You can decide to add a condition that checks if they clicked on the link, right? So you can click. For example, I can go further and add a condition to check if they open it. If they open it, you can do something. You can send them another email. You can categorize them as active customers or inactive, whatever options you need. But don't forget, it all ties down to your company marketing strategy. All right. So now we have a start flow with, hey, happy birthday. Every year, customers will receive this email automation exactly the same time every year. Exactly the same time every year. So, so let's save and exit, and then we can go ahead and start the automation. So once you click on start automation, the automation can get started and customers can start receiving um, emails. So once you click on start automation, your automation might go into the moderation process. So moderation is basically the SendPulse team checking your content of your email to make sure that it adheres to important policies. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Best practices. So let's talk about best practices. Number one, you need to ensure compliance with email marketing regulations. Basically, you need to ensure compliance with marketing regulations in general, right? So the first is the GDPR policy. You must have seen it on the internet. So just read about it. The GDPR policy, the Can't Spam Act. So the Can't Spam Act is basically a very important policy. A very important policy because it basically guides every communication on the internet. You need to give customers the opportunity to opt out of your campaigns. You need to make sure your campaigns are legitimate and all that. Then we have the CASL law. We have the PECR. So PECR is a protection electronic communication regulation. We have the NDPR policy, the POPIA, and more. So if you are in South Africa, you need to make sure that your campaigns adhere to the POPIA. If you're in Nigeria, the NDPR. If you're in Ghana, so you basically make sure no matter where you are in the world, you adhere to all these policies. If you are a small business, you are not exempted. If you are a large business, obviously you're not exempted. Then number two, you need to ensure that you collect email addresses and personal data legally. Always get explicit consent. So how do you get explicit consent? We talked about that. We talked about the strategy of collecting better data at the beginning. So if a customer comes to your website and fill a form or they respond to emails, whatever it is that they respond to, they are giving you that explicit consent. If they fill the form, they're giving you the consent. If they come to send you an email, they're giving you the consent. So you need to make sure that you provide customers with that option to let them know what their data will be used for and to let them know that their data is protected and their data will not be sold. Basically, all those things is all about, is all involved in all these policies. All right. Number three, you need to respect your customers' privacy while delivering personalized experience. So make sure that you only reference information that is not that doesn't put them on the I got disconnected. Sorry about that. Right. So you need to avoid spam at all costs. Doesn't matter whatever you think the kind of email you think you are sending. You need to avoid spam at all costs. And then you need to always keep an eye on your statistics, especially the error statistics and the unsubscribe rates. Now, keeping an eye on your statistics basically lets you know what customers care about and to make you know that the performance of your campaign. So you can make quick changes before the whole thing gets very bad. You need to make quick changes to your campaign as quickly as you can. So keeping an eye on your statistics, especially your error statistics and unsubscribe rate, is very important. Then lastly, you need to set up SPF and DKIM record. These are basically domain authentications and email authentications, right? So they are records to vouch for your emails and reduce the chances of being treated as spams. So they're basically a way to add a protection to vouch for your emails and to reduce the chances of your emails to be treated as spam. So if you're a mid to a large scale organization, this is very, very paramount and very important for you. Okay, so we've come to the end of our little presentation. I've tried my best to keep it under 45 minutes. So I will answer two questions and then we'll go and have a recap. So the first question is, can I send automations for free? So yes, you can send automations for free as long as your email list is under 500. All right. So yes, you can send automation for free as long as your email is under 500. That means you have 500 contacts. But when your contact list grows beyond 500 customers, you just have to pay a small monthly subscription to be able to send out your email campaigns. So yes, you only pay for what you use, and you only pay for the number of subscribers you're sending email to. Now, don't forget that on the SendPulse platform, on the paid plan, even if it's the lowest paid plan, you have the opportunity to send unlimited number of campaigns. So you can also, there's no cap, or you can only send 10 emails a month. You can only send, no. If you want to send emails every single day to 1 million people, fine, you can do that. So there's no limits. It's a crazy thing, right? And basically, it's a great value for your money. So the second question that is, what happens when my emails go to the spam folder? So if you follow all these best practices, the the possibility of your emails going to the spam folder is 0 to none. All right. So make sure that you follow all these practices. Importantly, make sure that your domain-based email address does not have a bad online reputation. All right. So check that you have a good online reputation, and then you can be able to send out email campaigns that delivers to the inbox every single time, as long as you follow the best practices. Okay. So quick recap. Birthday email automation is a great way to connect with your customers and a way to show that you care about them. Personalized birthday messages are more likely to be opened and read. More than 70% of customers are more likely to buy from your organizations simply because they receive birthday messages from you. Birthday email campaigns can help you increase customer engagement and loyalty. Right? So there are a number of different ways to collect birthdays data. We've talked about that. You can collect birthday data via sending emails, via landing pages, pop-up, and all that. The best way to write a birthday message depends on your audience and your brand. So it depends on your audience and your brand. There is no silver bullet here, but it's important to keep these three things in mind. Number one, you need to personalize it. Number two, you need to ensure brand optimization. And number three, you need to make sure you're writing to a person. All right, write to a person. It doesn't matter if your brand is selling iron and steel. People are buying iron and steel, so write to a person. All right, so there are a number of best practices for birthday email campaigns. Adhere to all the privacy policies on this earth. It doesn't matter if your country does not exist and you are in a country that, as long as you are on the internet, you basically need to adhere to the laws that guides the activities on the internet. So all the email privacy policy laws, basically be a reasonable human being. All right, treat others like you want to be treated, and your email campaigns will have the best results. So if you want to get in touch with me, just go to any of our social media accounts, SendPulse Africa. So we are on Threads, Facebook, email directly at praise at sendpulse.com. I'm always ready, and I'm happy to hear from everyone. So thank you, and we did it. We're able to keep this under 45 minutes, and I'm proud of us. So reach out to me, try out the SendPulse platform, and let me know what you think of it. And until we meet again, enjoy the rest of your day, and happy birthday if it's your birthday today.